Ross. Hi, my name is Anna, and I'm a singer.
Hi, my name is Peyton, and I'm a dancer.
And today, what are we doing today?
Today, we are back for a very exciting comeback reaction, and today we'll be reacting to Idare Sonya, Luna.
Yes, so Luna is back. Idare Sonya is back with their latest release called Flip That. Obviously, we have watched the teasers in advance, so we kind of know what to expect. So, that being said, let us go.
They do have such a cool logo.
I was about to say the logo is so pleasing. Unfortunately, no subtitles, captions. It's so, like, the muted colors.
I was gonna say, it has, like, kind of magic feels, because it's, like, the backlighting, obviously magic now, but, like, it's the fuzzy light around them.
And then, like, the sort of pastel pink, purple. Her hair is literally cotton candy pink, I mean.
She's wearing, like, her braid is like a tiara. This is like summer picnic vibes. Like,
I thought you were about to say
aesthetic.
pixies.
That too.
That also works, because magic.
No.
Oh.
Da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da.
Oh.
Their hands are very, like, intricate.
The that line in the chorus is really interesting. I'll talk more about it later. But
What's behind the door?
Narnia! I feel like whenever that happens, we just say Narnia. Ah! Well, they were in Narnia, and now they're going back.
Oh my god, it's Harry Potter! That's the scene!
Yeah, no, I know.
That came from my whole chest.
Cool.
They always have, like, the most interesting formations because they make such good use of how many members they have.
Oh.
Is there a Finnick font?
Go slow with the bass.
This is very, like, yeah, mystical.
I feel like I'm being hypnotized in that section.
It feels very, like, hazy.
We'll wake you up from us being hypnotized.
That's an interesting ending.
Did she imagine it all? No, it wasn't all a dream.
Everything flipped and it was odd.
We start the new journey.
Okay, so let us go straight into some comments. Peyton, would you like to start?
I think we said this a lot during the reaction, but, like, it really reminds me of a fairy tale. It's just very, like, pleasant. And you said hazy, which was a better word, because the only word that kept coming to my mind was, like, blurry. Like, everything's a little bit, like, not quite real. Like, you're sort of questioning it. And it was just sort of, like, washing over me, which is especially why when it slowed down in that section, I was like, I feel like I'm being hypnotized. And I don't know if you noticed it, but we were both kind of like, huh. Like,
and, like, leaning in.
Yeah, we were like, what? I thought that was a really nice effect.
Especially because it's like they're in the forest and nature. And I'm pretty sure all the different animals, I don't know if I, like, registered all of them. Doesn't Luna have, like, doesn't each member have, like, a representative animal? So I feel like those are, like, their forest spirits. Do you know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
very mystical, magical sort of thing going on. Because another thing that's adding to the hypnotizing feeling is just the nature of this music style. This is house music. So you hear the underlying beats of like the do, 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 do. It's like very cushiony, adding to the hazy feeling.
Adding even further on to like hazy mystical feeling and also that hypnotic feeling is the way, especially in the chorus, the dance is set up. And I find it really interesting because there's almost a disconnect between what their upper bodies are doing and what their lower bodies are doing. But their lower bodies for the chorus are kind of like keeping the beat, and they're like very gently bouncing, and it's like moving corner to corner of the box that you're in when you're dancing, while their hands are then doing all of this like magic, intricate choreography, hypnotizing. You know how there's just like a beat that you keep to? It's that sort of feeling of just like gentle, like drawing you in, but then the hands like pull you further into your focus. So I thought that was a really interesting effect, adding on to like the overall feeling.
Adding further on top of that, because we're really just going all for the concept here. The chorus section that I said I would talk about later, and I'm going to talk about now, the that line. Melodically, it's really interesting, especially when you hear it for the first time, since what you're seeing visually is so like pastel colors. It's a summer release, and they're in nature. I thought that it would go higher in pitch, but instead it goes up and then it comes back down. The that line. Also, that it's not in major is really interesting. So already that's kind of off-putting, but then we're talking about something hypnotizing you, so like something that's slightly off-putting and like drawing you in because you're curious. By nature of pitch, it's like that. And then also the way that they're singing it, and just the way that the vocals are in this whole song. In other LOONA releases, they are capable of singing like more aggressively, a lot more belting, hard-hitting, but in this entire song, they're singing very like a lot of head voice, softer consonants, more breath, so it's hazier, and even the dat-dats that you're hearing, it's not a dat, it's like a very dentalized soft D sound. You don't really hear a T at the end either, so it's all very like soft, cushiony, drawing you in. Yeah.
Okay, and to add even further on to that exact same feeling, the overall quality of the dance was going to be the last dance comment I wanted to make. And it's just like, one, very balletic. So in a similar comment to what Anna just said, like in other LOONA releases, we see that they're capable of being more aggressive and like hard hitting and punchy. And this is the exact opposite of that. It's very like floated, very like balletic in nature, which also adds to that sort of like mystical feeling. Ballets usually portray fairies, fairy tales, but also I would just kept thinking about like floating, because it feels like the way they're dancing. You know how when you press down on something really hard and then you release the pressure, it sort of like floats up gently and like naturally, like just rises? That's the sort of feeling that the dance is giving you, because it's like there's never any settling. Even when they're like bouncing, it's sort of like gentle touching and then coming back up. And so it just like keeps that going.
Could you compare it to like those videos of astronauts in space?
Yeah, like the videos of the moon landing when it's like bounce up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that sort of feeling exactly.
Okay. With that comment, we are going to wrap it up here. So, TLDR for this reaction is, first of all, congratulations to LOONA, 이달의 소녀, on their latest release, Flip That. Also, a big 수고했어, 잘했어, because they just finished Queendom 2. And also, 화이팅, good luck, because in a couple of months they're going on tour. So they're very busy.
They're fucking busy.
But for this release, Flip That, it was very interesting to see a softer, sweeter side of LOONA. And everything about this release, all the details included, really contributed to the concepts that they were going for, perfectly packaged.
So if you would like to talk more about LOONA or this release and how it was perfectly packaged, then come find us on our socials linked in the cards. And as always, if you enjoyed this reaction video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and